So here's the deal. We can all be, oh gosh, we can all be grim and, say this is not going to get fixed, but it is. And think about it. We haven't mentioned the economic collapse that Biden has done. Look at inflation, look at interest rates. Have anybody bought a house? I was just meeting with the realtors. Interest rates for a home are now over 8%. Right? But this is what you get. This is what you get if Democrats are in charge. You get everything falls apart. Now, does anybody ever think Joe Biden's lucid enough to even know what's going on? I don't know. So I think he's become an embarrassment to his own party, but he's also an embarrassment to our position in the world. But look, it didn't just stop with Democrats. We have Republicans in Washington who cave into the Democrats. Right? Think about it. They couldn't have passed the infrastructure bill without Republican votes. They couldn't have passed the CHIPS bill without Republican votes. They couldn't have passed the stupid omnibus bill without Republican votes. So last year, so this was not the easiest thing I did, not the most. I didn't make all the friends in the world, but I ran against McConnell. So. He'd never, ever been challenged before. Never. All right? So think about it. With him in charge, we are not fighting for conservative policies. And there's one person. It's Mitch McConnell. He organized it to where they got what they wanted, all those bills. Now look around the room and go around the country. We've got a thriving Republican Party. I mean, we're doing unbelievable. But we got a Republican Party in Florida, all across the country. So guess what? Shouldn't we have one in D.C.? That would be nice. Well, I think we've got one with Mike Johnson as Speaker. You know something that you should be really proud of. So I think we're all very supportive of Israeli aid, aid to Israel. But guess what? He made sure it was paid for. That's smart. They haven't been doing that. They say, oh, we like this, we're just going to borrow more money. So think about it. Running against McConnell, it did make me a lot of new friends. Some people said I'm the least popular politician in Washington. I never called myself a politician, by the way. But look, I take that as a badge of honor. Because how many of us are happy with what's going on in D.C.? We're not. We shouldn't be. So, look, I'm going to take on anyone. I'm going to tell everybody, I represent Florida, all right? And you should represent your state, your district, but I'm going to do what's right. I try to do it. I started that way when I ran in 2010. I'm going to represent every family in this state. And we're going to do the right things for our states, and you should do the right thing for your state. So here's what's happened. I didn't win. Unfortunately, I didn't win. But no, it couldn't happen in the United States. But the election was supposed to be in January. You know when it was? The day after I announced I was going to run against him. Could not happen here, right? But look, we didn't win, but we showed the establishment that we're not going to sit back. And we're not going to let them destroy this country. We are not. So what we said in that ad, we are not going to let them destroy our country. They're trying. So what did Ronald Reagan say 40 years ago? He came up with the phrase, it's going to be morning in America. That's how we should think about it. It's all up to us. Back in what was that, 1980? It resonated back then. And, people for all walks of life were saying, we cannot stand the Carter years. Well, they were saying that today with the Biden years. So I said to my ad, Ronald Reagan, you could almost say George Washington, you say, they wouldn't recognize this country, right? Right? So some people say, is this the beginning of the end? It's not. It's only the beginning of the end if we let it be. If we stop fighting every day, if we cede our country to the incompetent, crazy Democrats, who they just don't believe in the true fabric of this country and our values, then we lose.